Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to JCTV. We have the Galaxy Clash tonight here to kick things off for Galaxy Cup Series Season 2. I'm Josh Coppernoll. I'm joined in the booth by the 2020 Galaxy Truck Series champion, Alonzo Chilcano. Alonzo, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I'm excited for this race. I can't wait for Galaxy to be back. It's been a long time waiting this winter, waiting for racing, and now we finally have it.
Yeah, it's been way too long of an off season that we have had. We're finally back, kick things off. I'm excited.
Looking to see there's gonna be plenty of action tonight here with Daytona. Daytona is great racing. It's unpredictable. So it's the shootout. There's no points on the line. It's winners are checkers. So. Well, I'm sorry. What's the saying? It's not winners are checkers. Records are checkers. Sorry. So we should see plenty of action here tonight.
Most definitely. It's going to be really exciting. These drivers tonight, they have one fast repair that they can use. So got a little insurance policy in the bank if they need it. Hopefully we won't need it very early on, I should say, rather. But yeah, this one, it's going to be exciting. We've got 75 laps tonight with competition caution on lap 25. Well, no qualifying. This was done by a random draw, which took place at 7 o'clock. So we've got Cameron Caldwell on the pole, followed by Andrew Russo, Nolan Hodgson, Tyler Pincinal, William, gonna butcher his last name.
Boisert?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's a French last name. It's not really too sure. The number 47, William, followed by Dallas Pataska, Terry Cooper Jr., Dakota Knoll, Jonathan Elardo, Dave Fuge Jr., Eric Wineland, Alex Brinson, Randy Drummiller, Brian Mabry, and rounding it out in the back is going to be Jason S. Taylor. Alonzo, while cars are rolling off the grid, tell me, who is your pick to win this race?
I'd like to pick pretty much all of Radius, my teammates, but obviously I can't do that. It's a hard choice. We got a lot of really good pit racers, but I think I'm going to go with Cameron Caldwell tonight.
Definitely a good one to choose. Pole sitter as well. I'm maybe a little biased on this one. That we're here on JCTV. Nolan Hodgson, he's actually driving PBR. So again, you're talking Radius Racing. I'm going PBR, one of my team I'm with. Nolan's part of that team. He's also got the JCTV car. So I'm going to go with Nolan. Not just because of being biased, but I think he can actually get it done here tonight.
That's a good choice. Solid racer.
We've got Brian Mabry as our in-race reporter, and he is definitely one to watch at this kind of racetrack. Brian drew the 14th position, so we get to watch him come from the back, but lots of time to get it done. Long race.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like maybe you might want to stay there for a while, like you said, the long race, and sometimes a solid strategy in plate racing is just staying in the back and waiting until a wreck happens. So we have the green flag now here going.
The green flag is out in the air. Caldwell got a pretty decent start. A little bit of blinking there on my end, but Caldwell got a decent start. Outside line is just kind of evaporating away. Not too much on the outside here, which I don't expect really an outside line to come into play this early on into the race.
Yeah, like I said, no, we don't really see anybody really being too aggressive. Looks like everybody's just kind of falling into place here. You got a few people trying to make the outside work, but they're not getting too much help. Cam's looking pretty solid up front. He's being followed by that nice looking JCT car right behind him. And you know this field's looking kind of chill right now, but
there is a wreck. It's Jonathan
never
Alardo,
mind.
number 20. Let's take a look and see what happened to him.
As soon as I was saying chill.
He got down onto the apron. It looked like.
Yeah, I don't know if I think maybe he probably hit the apron and the car behind him. Just probably wasn't expecting that. Just kind of got turned.
Yeah, unfortunate for him. His car is destroyed. He does have that fast repair to use, but not what you want to use this early on.
Definitely not. You really want to save that for a little later on. I mean, on lap 3, pretty much got what you got now. Hopefully you can make it down to pit road and get that quick repair.
Yeah, and he was gonna have to take a tow truck pit road as well. So gonna spend some time down in the pits. Technically getting the tow to pit road. That's going to take some time, so not what Jonathan Alardo wanted to see early.
I'm not sure what happened to Alex Brinson. We fell back pretty far. It doesn't seem to have any damage in his car, but I don't know if maybe he really had to slow down for that, but he looks fine. He's just now catching up to the rest of the field.
See anything with his car. Looking at the back, Mabry's car at Princeton.
I heard via radio that Brian wasn't sure if he got into anybody as well. He said he got a 4X, but he didn't see him hit anything. He's coming down the road. Maybe just playing it safe. If he has anything to get fixed, we'll take a look at it and get it fixed for him so he doesn't lose any speed out there.
Yeah, I'm not. See, I think Jonathan did hit another car, but there was a lot of netcode happening as well. I'm not too sure if a lot of that was netcode or not.
No, it was definitely an interesting situation. Looks like we got four cars here that went down pit road. Maybe just to fill up on gas. Surely, unless they maybe started braking really hard for that. I doubt you have to change your tires. But it looks like it was pretty quick stop for everyone there.
And I do apologize to the stream. Apparently I didn't have the standings up, and there is a strange echo going on. Hopefully I just fixed that. I do apologize for that there, but I think the lights on the pace truck should be going off this time by.
Just one more time around, we can get back going here. So let me ask you something. Like I was saying earlier, some people prefer to stay up front during these plate races and try to lead laps and try to be the first guy leading the pack and avoid the wrecks that way. And other people like to play it safe and go to the back and kind of just hang out for a while until there's a few laps to go and then maybe make a run for it. What's your strategy typically like? Do you switch things up or do you lean more towards one side or the other?
Yes. These races are so unpredictable. It really depends. Personally, when I hop into one of these races, if I'm racing in a league race like this and I've got teammates, I'll probably spend a lot of the race in the back. Whereas if I'm in an official race, like a NASCAR iRacing Series race, just kind of put in a lobby with just anybody, I might want to be up front. I feel a little bit safer up front. So they're so unpredictable because you can be in the middle of it no matter what. So it is definitely really hard to decide what you want to do and make it stay as your strategy throughout these kind of races. But we're going back green. Pace truck has pulled on in. Caldwell is back on the gas. We're green flag once again. Great restart by Dallas on the outside, but the inside line now, Nolan Hodson and Eric Weinland behind Nolan, pushing that 12 car, Cameron Caldwell.
Yeah, this time the outside lane looks like they came a little bit better prepared. They have a lot more help now. I don't know if we're going to be able to get the cam here, but it's definitely looking better than that last restart.
And actually a great run on the outside by the number 23 of Dallas Pataska, being pushed by the number 25. I believe that is going to be Terry Cooper Jr. So new leader out at Daytona. It's going to be Dallas. He's going to hop in front of Caldwell.
Yeah, he cleared him. Definitely was not expecting that.
I wasn't either, especially with that huge push he got from Terry.
Very solid run.
Yeah, that inside line, they're not working too well together. They're all spread out.
Yeah, you have teammates next to each other racing. So I wonder maybe Terry wants to lead a few laps here and try to get up front. But I think part of the reason why not everybody's really too hooked up is kind of have this separation thing of teammates not being on the same side. Well, actually, you get Cam moving up now. So you got those two teammates working together on the high side. So maybe now we'll see Terry hook up with Cam here and push him back up to the front.
Yeah, Caldwell definitely looking to take that lead back. He has his teammate. He's going to wait for both of them to be able to clear Dallas and then pull out and leave Dave hung out to dry on that outside, number 22.
He's looking to make a move back though. He's looking right up next to Terry. Maybe get another run with some help from the car behind him. But it's not. There's a lot of space after that car. I think it's the. Sorry, can't see who it is. I think it's Dallas who's behind second on the outside. He doesn't really have much help behind him. So. Not gonna be easy to pass those teammates on the bottom.
Yeah, they've got Terry Cooper. He's all over the bumper of Caldwell, just trying to keep them out front. Think these guys are racing a little bit too hard this early on?
I don't think so. I think this is pretty typical. I'm actually surprised that I feel like typically you might see them be even more aggressive than they have been. There hasn't really been too much bumpers locked and people getting these huge runs. We haven't really seen any wide yet, which you typically see a lot here. So it's actually been pretty calm start so far to this race, besides that one caution.
Yeah, not been too crazy, but this size of field, I'm not sure. I think if I was in one of these racers, I'd want to just kind of have this thing be single file, not really have anything crazy happening. From broadcaster's standpoint, of course you want all this side-by-side racing, but
yeah, of course. I mean, if you're a driver, you love for everyone just kind of do what they used to do on pit in real life and just hang out in the top lane, single file, and just hang out until it's about 20 to go. But of course, on iRacing, everybody has their own plan. Everybody wants to be in the front. So that really rarely ever tends to happen. It's mostly just side-by-side racing, at least here on the plate tracks.
Looks like a second car on the outside line. David Duke, I'm sorry, not David Duke. He's not in the race tonight. David Hughes Jr. got really sideways. He was able to save it, but it looks like he did get sideways there through, I believe, off the floor.
Yeah, he looks like he got it all squared up now. It was looking pretty solid. But I did see that. I don't know if maybe he got like a little arrow loose there or what. Maybe just a little overcorrection.
Things are definitely starting to come together on that outside line, though. Just not really able to get ahead of the inside line.
Yeah, it's hard. You really gotta get hooked up, get together, and build a run and get past on the outside. Because it's a long way around. Obviously, you get a run off the corner, but unless you got someone there on your bumper really helping you, it's not the easiest thing to do to get by someone on the outside. And like you said earlier, there's a caution coming up here soon. So that probably that's probably on our drivers' minds, and that's gonna affect how they race. Maybe they want to be up front for that caution, and maybe you can start to get a little bit more aggressive, try to pass a few cars here, or if not, just hang out and wait for chaos to ensue, and hopefully you just miss it.
Yeah, and for anybody, someone who doesn't want to see any chaos is number 20 of Jonathan Alardo. He's 2 laps down, sitting back here. He's got a clean car, so he definitely used that fast repair. He does not want to see any chaos. He just wants to see this thing stay calm and somehow get his laps back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he wouldn't mind a few cars wrecking here and there, so he can gain some positions, but with him being so close to the pack, definitely be very careful and not get too close to the beehive here, and try to protect that car that you have, because you already used up that fast repair, so you got what you got now.
A little bit of contact. We got one around. That's going to be huge, I believe.
Big wreck.
Not too sure what happened there, but saw he got into the side of somebody. Maybe a little bit of side draft gone wrong. Take a look and see what happened here. We come down. Derek Cooper went up just a little bit. Dave went around.
Yeah. It looks like Terry Cooper just moved up there and I don't know if Dave moved down or just some miscommunication there on their part, but a lot of drivers got lucky there missing a big wreck.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse than it was, especially on the back. Great awareness by a lot of these guys in the back. Gallardo got through it. Wineland.
You need to look into the replay of Dakota Knowles' cockpit. That's gonna be quite the crazy sight.
Goodness, that was some great, great awareness by him. Great job.
That was crazy. That was impressive. Great job getting the car stopped just in the nick of time. Getting away. Ooh. Man, that's not a close call. I don't know what is.
Yeah, he definitely gets a close call of the race right there.
Yeah. We're still early. You definitely gotta get a few more of those. That's something you'll see every day, though.
Looks like our leaders are pitting. Some guys staying out.
Looks like Andre stayed out. Jonathan gets one of his last back.
It seems as though Pincinal is going to get out of pit lane first, then followed by Cam Caldwell and Terry Cooper.
You had Andrew Russo and William and Nolan stayed out, so those three guys are going to be up front now.
Might be a team call by Hodson and Russo. These guys are teammates. Let's go ahead and bring in our in-race reporter, Brian Mabry. Hey Brian, it's Josh in the JCTV booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How's it going down there?
A little crazy.
Well, I saw you were running in that top line. Had gained a bunch of spots. It's kind of the game plan right now. Just really taking it easy, or
yeah. Just riding around, getting a feel for everybody, and trying to stay clean.
Think what you've learned so far, if chance comes down to the end, you'll be able to make a move to maybe snag a win?
We'll find out.
Lonzo, you got any questions for him?
Well, you started in the back and now you made your way up to ninth. After a few cars fracked out here, do you plan on kind of staying back here and trying to avoid the mess, or you want to make your way up to the front here real quick?
I know how caution here 25. I might try something. I don't know. We'll just see how what they do. If they get crazy, I'll back out of it. If not, I'll go for it.
Alrighty, well, good luck to you. We'll bring you back in a little bit later on in the race. So talk to you in a bit.
All right, man.
It's Brian Mabry, driver of the number 3 car for Radius Racing.
Yeah, he's my teammate. Really good driver. He's really fast. Anytime I've got a race with him, so we'll see what he can do here. So looks like we're going back green. Pace truck is heading back into the pits.
And we're going to have somebody new leading us off for the green tonight. It's going to be Nolan Hodson. He's going to have teammate Andrew Russo behind him, and then a number 88 machine. So a pretty good restart on the outside this time. The inside line really didn't get going. Now the outside line's looking like it's broken up a bit. So here we've got the inside line prevailing. Nolan Hodson.
There he goes. Those two radius racing cars trying to get linked back up again, but they kind of have nowhere to go. They're running third and fifth, 25 and 12. But this inside line's pretty hooked up right now. We'll see if anybody on the outside can do anything, or if that 47 can get a run here and try to catch that nice looking JCTV car.
Yeah, I'm noticing it looks like Russo is kind of going up the track a little bit on exit of corners, and that's actually something that happens quite a bit. Just see him going up just a little bit, and now he actually moves the whole lane up as I say that. But a lot of times these cars will get a little bit tight behind others, and they'll just kind of push up when you're right behind somebody. And so I was wondering if that was the case there. He might have just been sticking his nose out to see if he could get any help, and we saw there he did go to the outside, so he's not really working with his teammate. He knows that it's checkers or wreckers. This isn't a points race, and got a stage caution come pretty soon. Now Terry Cooper is gonna drop.
He's thinking about it.
Inside line.
Yeah, like you said, looks like maybe you know being just because you have your teammate behind you doesn't mean you have to necessarily stick with him. Obviously, this race, no points involved, and all you really want to do is get out there and go for the win. So I feel like things are definitely starting to pick up here, and we're only gonna get more aggressive as the laps get going, especially with this caution here coming up.
Aggressive, it definitely will get. Here we've got Caldwell with teammate Terry Cooper hooked up on the outside. They're trying to clear that inside line and for Caldwell retake over this race.
Yeah, and you got Mabry there third on the bottom lane. He said he might have a little plan here. And Caution's coming up here soon, so looks like he definitely is trying to make his way up there. So he made a lot of moves there quick and just a short amount of laps.
Yeah, great job by Brian Mabry getting up to the front. That outside line really isn't getting anywhere now. And as I say
look at that 3 wide.
Dallas Tasca, he moved up. Now he's going to be in the middle all alone. Here comes Brian Mabry to the middle to help Dallas. We've got 3 wide now for second place. All the while, Cameron Caldwell is able to take the lead off of all of that chaos. And now look at Dallas. He's getting a run. We're starting to get 3 wide now. This is the last lap of the stage.
The last lap of the stage. It looks like actually the caution did come out.
All right, so they brought it out on lap 25, not after 25 was complete. So, all right, that was still an exciting one right there.
Yeah, for sure.
So, looks like scoring shows Dallas will have the lead, followed by Caldwell there.
Yeah.
Well, now it's showing Caldwell will have the lead. So Caldwell probably had it when the caution did come out, and the last time that the scoring was updated, Dallas had the lead. A little bit different than the way NASCAR does it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, iRacing definitely has its little things that are separated from real life, and that being one of them. So we're gonna have Cam now leading the field.
It'll be a familiar sight for him. He's been up there pretty much all race long.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's solid. He's always been a good plate racer, and he definitely knows how to get to the front. The question is, you know, is he gonna be able to stay there? Um, he's been hard to pass as he chooses to stay out, and almost everybody behind him goes into the pits.
Yeah, not a bad strategy call for Caldwell. He did hit on that last caution. It actually looks like all of Radius Racing, except Mabry, is going to stay out here as Caldwell, Terry, and go to Knoll.
Yeah, I believe this will put Jonathan back on the lead lap, no?
Yes, it will. He was the lucky dog, so Dave Fuge will be the only car one lap down now.
Right, so we got one more car on the lead lap. You know, it's going to be interesting to see how Jonathan races here, because you know most everybody else here still has their you know their what's it called? I'm sorry. The
Fast repair.
Sorry, yeah, fast repair. And Jonathan already used his up, so it's going to be interesting seeing how he races here and try to take care of his car.
Last night we had a preseason race for the Galaxy Truck Series, which had a fast repair, and I was actually racing in that one. And I had to use my fast repair pretty early, and ended up having my car, or truck rather, get destroyed in that one. So, in a case with Jonathan Alardo, actually I believe we had 2 fast repairs last night, and I ended up using, I can't
Both of
remember
them
anymore. Yeah, but I used the fast repair pretty early on, and in a case like Alardo, you know, he doesn't have that fast repair, and they're still going. We're going to go green with 47 laps to go here, so he's going to have to be smart here and try to stay out of trouble. In a case with Alardo, if you're in Alardo's, I'll say fire suit, just because in this situation here, Alonso, when do you think you start really pushing? Like about 5 to go? I mean, things are going to get crazy. We may see another caution. We've got 3 attempts. So do you think, you know, if you were in his shoes, when would you start to really get up front, knowing that you don't have that insurance policy that most of these other guys do have?
Well, I would say with like 5 to go at that point, you know, there's still a few laps left. That even if the caution does come out and it's a big wreck, if you were to, you know, have that new car for yourself and get it fixed, then you wouldn't even have too many laps to get back up to the front. So at that point, it wouldn't even matter. And I would just say, especially during this race where, you know, you don't have to worry about points, just go for it, because why not? You know, it's all about winning, and who cares who finishes 3rd through 14th or 15th.
It's a good strategy call. Green flag will be back in the air, and leader Caldwell, he chose the outside here. That would allow his teammates who stayed out to both start on the inside. I figured it was going to be a good strategy call here, get him down on the bottom, and it worked out perfect here as they had planned it out. But now you have Eric Wineland on the outside with 23 of Dallas Pataska right on his bumper. That outside line is formed up with 5 cars pounding on that inside line.
Yeah, that 21 and 23 are hooked up pretty well there. Looks like Eric might get a really good run here. He's probably he's gonna beat Cameron to the line. Oh, did he? That was close.
It was close, but I do believe Caldwell had that. Not by much.
Goes to show, I mean, just if you get it hooked up, you can definitely make a move. You know, it's all about timing. So if you get it right, like that's very solid move to go to.
These guys are giving each other a lot of room. And so not really a lot of side drafting going on. These guys, they all raced each other last season. Everybody who's racing tonight, the requirements were that you had made at least one start in the 2020 season. So all these guys made at least one start, some more than others. Caldwell, he is the highest finishing championship driver from last season. It's in this race.
And speaking of championships, I look forward to racing with you for the truck championship this upcoming season, because I believe you're going to be going for it this year, right?
No, actually, I will still be in the JCTV booth.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, it was Eric. That's
yep, Eric's
doing full-time trucks. Yeah.
Eric's gonna be the one on the track with you.
Well, I look forward to racing him in trucks this season. And just we see him, he's still battling for the lead on the outside. Still getting a good run off of the corners, but can't get quite clear Cameron just yet.
Yeah, I imagine that outside line, they're just going to kind of sit there, not really make any big noise to take over, like have Eric take over the lead. I think he's just going to kind of sit there and wait till the time is right. He doesn't have any teammates in this race, so he's just kind of working with whoever will work with him. And I believe he's got, I believe the 47 of William is part of that dynamic auto sport.
I believe we have someone up on the wall.
Jonathan, maybe?
Yeah, it looked like Jonathan. Something happened to him. Yeah, it looks like he was blinking. I'm not quite sure what happened, but he ended up getting himself into the wall.
Maybe a little bit of connection issues for him. Definitely a tough break for the 20 of Jonathan Olardo.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, you know, like that was his last shot he had, and unfortunately I'm not quite sure what happened, whether it was connection issues or something else on his end or not on his end, but it looks like his night is over.
Yeah, so not what he wanted to see, but it's a non-points race, so he's not going to be losing out on points. finally take over the lead. Completely controls the bottom now. Just as
And
I
actually,
say
the
that,
23.
Dallas.
Yeah, the 47 pushed Dallas all the way up to the front there. Huge run by Dallas and William.
Now that outside line, they're not really connected, hooked up with each other. Oh, sure, it kind of looks like Nolan Hodgson, that 95 JCTV car, was going to go high and make it 3 wide, but he stayed down, tucked in behind William, 47 out there.
Things are looking like they're starting to calm back down, at least for now. People are giving each other plenty of space. That inside line is not nowhere near as hooked up as it was just a few laps ago. So now everybody's a bit more spread out. Like I think we got to a point here where everybody's like finally a bit more in their nerves and realize that there's still a little bit ways to go. So let's just kind of chill out here and just be peaceful for at least a few laps.
Yeah, they've got that first stage over with, or that first segment over with. So now we've got we're on lap 37. We've got 39 to go, coming to 38 to go. So we're just about halfway here now.
Yeah, and look at that single file. You don't see it very often, but here we do. And it looks like it might not last very long because the 47 is looking to pass Dakota, but he's staying there for now.
Yeah, his teammate is currently leading this race. So you know he wants to get up there and go be with his teammate up front.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely you want to be near your teammate. As we see him making a move on Dakota, so he definitely wants to get back up there, and we'll see if Bandrew wants to go with him. Looks like he won't. I don't think he's going to get much help to get up there, but you want to be near your teammate, whether you're actually working with him or not. But when it comes down to it, you want somebody that you can trust near you, and hopefully he can give you a push every now and again to get a good run. So I definitely expect him to continue to try to make a move as he's behind number 5 of Alex Princeton now, and maybe we see this outside lane start to make its way back up, because it's got about 4 cars out there now trying to make something happen. And as soon as I say that, now the 5 and the 47 are the only two standing up there once again.
Yeah, so I come back to watch Brian, and about the moment I did that, as you were talking about it, or talking about that outside line, he had tucked down into that inside line. Brian, I've raced with him for going on 6 years now. I know he's an incredible racer at places like Daytona, Talladega, but really everywhere. But here at Daytona and Talladega, he knows how to get it done. He's won NASCAR iRacing Series NIS Daytona 500 in the past, 2018 I believe, and so I'm watching him, really keeping an eye, and he's kind of taking it easy. 34 laps to go now. He's just letting it play out safe.
He definitely knows what he's doing. But now we see the outside lane is made up a few spots now with the 95 of Nolan now leading it. He's made his way up to third. So we might see these guys back up, maybe passing Dallas now here soon.
Yeah, and you know, one thing I want to ask you, Alonso, is how important in races like this are teammates? We've got, you know, we're talking about teammates, William and Dallas, Caldwell and Terry, along with Knoll, Dakota Knoll, that is, Brian Mabry. We've got PBR drivers, Nolan, Alex Princeton, nose to tail, with Russo on that outside line as well, the 88. How important are teammates in these kind of races?
Well, teammates are always very important, but the interesting thing about speed weeks and Daytona, the first few weeks of the season is, you know, sometimes, you know, drivers move teams, yeah, and you have new teammates, maybe like some people you've never even raced with. So, you know, it's very important to have teammates, but I think more important than that is maybe having someone that you trust and maybe you know is friends with you, because you know, maybe you have a teammate but you're trying to work with him, but maybe you don't really know how he races, and he doesn't really know how you race. So that makes you not really trust him 100% yet. So maybe you go with the guy that you do know how he races, and you know, hopefully they're nice enough to help you out, or maybe you help them out. So that's the one interesting thing about speed weeks and Daytona here, and starting out the season, is a lot of these guys, yeah, they might have, you know, their teammates out there, but um, even more so than that, it's about who you can trust in these plate races, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Want to work with the ones that you can trust, and who knows? Maybe by the end of these races, it's all off. Teammates no more. We're going for the win, especially in a race like this. Records are checkers, boys.
Yeah, for sure. Especially coming down to the final lap. I mean, if you're side by side, uh, with first place or second place, you would definitely prefer to have a teammate behind you pushing you, but you never know. Maybe he can try to make that third lane work.
Yeah, this track, it's not as wide as we see at Talladega, but it's wide enough. We've seen 3 wide here earlier, and I think it's going to come down to getting 3 wide again here towards the end of this race.
You know, I'm honestly surprised with Cameron Caldwell. Before this race, it was really sounding like he didn't really want to be up front. He honestly, when we were doing the drawing, he sounded like he wasn't all that happy to win the pole. He really wanted to start in the back there and just kind of hang out. So I'm honestly surprised that you know, even after losing the lead, he's kind of just stayed in third. I mean, obviously it's still a nice position, but when things start to get aggressive, like they might be starting here soon, you know, you never know when a wreck is going to happen, and you know, right now where he's at, he's not in a very safe position. So coming into this race, I definitely thought he was going to be one of those guys like Brian Mabry, just hanging out in the back, but it looks like he came here to race and try to be up front this whole race.
Yeah, and you're right. As far as Caldwell goes, he does like to be in the back of these kind of races. I actually spotted for Caldwell all last season in the NIS series. All 4 restricted plate weekends, both Daytona and both Talladega races, we spent a race in the back. But the finishes, we got 4th and 500, third in the spring Talladega race, 10th, I believe, in the July Daytona race. Or, I'm sorry, it was September of last year, September Daytona race. And then actually won Talladega in the fall. All of them started off in the back. And we got top 10, every single one of them. So, I'm with you here. I am surprised to see Caldwell up front. It is a different feel to this kind of race. We keep saying no points on the line. But, you know he wants to win. He's a racer. He wants to get that win. So I am shocked to see him sitting third on the inside line.
Yeah, for sure. And as you were saying, it looks like the 5 car got a little loose and made his way up the track, and he lost a few positions. But it looks like he got it gathered back up now, and he's third on the outside. So looks like he was able to save it. No big deal.
Yeah, it was a pretty good save by him. Definitely stopped the outside from, stopped the outside from really being together. He's actually shutting the door on the 25, Terry Cooper on the bottom. So the outside line is once again kind of evaporating away, if you will, and not really connected together. So Nolan, he drops in to third, and even the gap from third to fourth is about half a car length now. Full car length. It'll close up here in just a minute, but yeah, there's lots of gaps all around this field now. Coming to 24 laps to go in this race.
Yeah, I don't know if you caught that on the radio, but Cam went on the radio and told Alex Princeton that he needed to come down, that he was all over the place. So I'm not sure what happened there, but looks like Princeton's making his way towards the back just to get his nerves situated and maybe try to get himself reconfigured to make another run later on.
And he does have his teammate and Russo behind him, whereas their other teammate, Nolan Hodson, is sitting up in third. So he will have somebody that will work with him, or at least is in team with him. Have to see how that plays out throughout the remainder of this race.
Yeah, for sure. And once again, it looks like things are really calmed down now. As not only are they single wide, but this field seems pretty spread out. As you see, Cam making a move on the high side. Looks like the 95 might give it to him, maybe not actually. Yeah, but I'm really surprised at how calm everybody is right now.
Yeah, especially coming down to almost 20 laps to go. I'm thinking there, though, for Nolan and Cam, I think Caldwell may have blinked a little bit there. Nolan wasn't quite sure where he was at, so he kind of pulled down to the bottom, and that forced Caldwell to come up to the top just a little bit, but they were able to keep it straight and get back in line.
So it's lap 54. If you were out here racing, when would you tell your teammates, hey, let's get linked up here and try to make a move?
Well, going based off PBR, if I'm gonna go with my PBR teammates, say I'm back here with the 5 and the 88, 21 laps to go. I might just kind of say let's sit here for now. We'll see if there's a caution. Things are pretty calm at the moment. But if we're getting down to it, maybe since we're looking at about 11th, 12th place here for for Princeton and Russo, I'd say maybe about 15 to 10 to 15 laps to go. We need to start looking at getting up there.
Yeah, I think for Brian Mabry, maybe the time to go is now because he's finally made his move, and maybe he said, I'm tired of hanging out here in the back. I don't, everybody's kind of chill now, so he's looking to make his way back up to the front, and he's gaining some positions here.
Yeah, he's using that side draft now, and now he's got all of his teammates right next to him, and in front there, he's gonna dip down in front of that number 53, Dakota Knoll.
I think he found his teammates.
He indeed did. And I think the strongest team right now is Radius Racing, all locked in. I would say bumper to bumper, but they're not really bumper to bumper. And now the 47 of William, he kind of shuts the door on that. All four of those Radius guys being together.
Yeah, that 47 is in a Radius sandwich right now.
Yeah, he is. He's looking to get up there with his teammate, Dallas, in that lead.
It was quite a distance between the 12 and the 25, so I think the 47, he's getting a little anxious, maybe really wants to make his way up there, but it's not going to be easy with these Radius guys giving each other so much room as he goes back up to the outside. At least he takes a peek, but then gets back behind Terry Cooper Jr. here.
So what Brian and Dakota Knoll need to do, Brian Mabry and Dakota Knoll, that is, need to do is get to the bumper of William, and if William tries to edge his nose out there, kind of look again, if Brian's able to stick his nose underneath and stop William from coming down, actually it looks
they're
like
pitting.
They're going to pit.
Got Radius and the 47. Cameron Caldwell went on the radio and let the field know that they're pitting, so it looks like the 47 of William Boisvert decided to come down with the rest of Radius Racing.
Interesting call there. Looks like it's going to be 2 tires at least. 4 tires for all of them.
And there goes the 25, and there goes the 12.
And Dakota Knoll, 53. He's just now exiting, so he did not have a very good stop. I'm showing 20.1 seconds on his stop. And
yeah, you might not be able to get the draft here, so this is going to definitely hurt him.
And there's the leaders there. They've so far have passed the 2 of Tyler Pincinall and Dakota Knoll. They're just now getting up to William.
Now you have more people pitting now. 21 is pitting. So it looks like every rest of the field might be looking to pit now.
Dallas stays out. Nope, he's coming down. He's going to have Nolan and Eric Wineland with him. And everybody behind.
You want to be really careful here not to speed, because if you speed now with no for sure cautions coming out here, that might be the end of your race. So you want to be real careful coming down pit road. You want to be aggressive, maybe make up time, but just make sure whatever you do, you cannot speed here, because if you have to either sit in your pit box for 40 seconds or come back down next time by it, they'll really take up a lot of time, because 40 seconds here in Daytona is quite the distance.
So with all of these guys that just came down to pit road. Looks like all of them took 2 tires, whereas the Radius guys in William took 4 tires.
That's going to be interesting. We'll see if that time lost is worth it for Radius Racing. I'm sure they can get themselves all lined up. At least the 3 guys and Cameron, Terry Cooper, and Brian Mabry. I'm sure they can get all lined up together and make up some time. But we'll see if it was worth getting those extra two tires over just 2 tires overall.
And you know, I'm wondering because Radius Racing is really, they're kind of together here. 3 of the teammates plus Andrew Russo, whereas as far as the leaders go, it's you got Dallas and Eric way out front, and then you have the lap car of Jason S. Taylor along with Nolan Hodson and Alex Princeton. Behind them is then the Radius guys. So I'm wondering if these Radius guys, plus Russo, of course, is able to catch Princeton, Hodson, and Jason S. Taylor, if they might be able to work together to really push and catch Eric and Dallas. They've got 13 laps to do it.
Yeah, they got 13 laps to do it, but they're behind about 10 seconds, and they're catching them, but I don't know if it's going to be enough, because at this point you want to be catching them by almost a second a lap, which is a lot, and I don't know if they're going to have the speed necessary to make up all that time. But it seems like that time they gained about 6/10, so it might be close here. They are definitely faster than that than the leaders right now.
Looking in from the cockpit view or helm cam of Caldwell. You see out in the distance Princeton, Hobson. They're going to have to get up to them quick if they want any chance of trying to catch Eric and Dallas.
Yeah, that was another 6/10 that lap there. So, I mean, if they can gain 6/10 each lap, maybe they might be able to catch the draft of Princeton. So, I think it might be close if they can consistently make up this time. Then it's definitely a possibility. But you know, I feel like if I were Cam, I'd be telling Mabry to close up on the 25's bumper and try to get really lined up here and try to make up as most time possible, because it's gonna be really close. And actually, that time they lost a tenth. So you know, if you really can't have that happening, if you want to have any shot at all, you want to get your team really lined up and as straight as a line as you can here.
And you need to worry about your engine temp as well here for Terry Cooper, 25. If he's going to be all over the bumper of Caldwell trying to close that gap, he needs to be very careful and paying attention to the temperature gauge.
It's definitely a balancing act. You want to be as close as possible, with also making sure that your engine gets enough air in there so you don't overheat. So it's a balancing act, and it's not an easy one for sure, especially in a long race here.
Not sure what happened to Hodson. He is no longer with his teammates. Sitting way back in 8th place.
Not sure what happened to him.
He got turned off of Brinson.
Oh, it might be a caution here unless he can stay out of the racing groove. Looks like he gets it straight, so maybe no caution, but it's definitely going to hurt him a lot. Let's take a look at what happened here. I don't know, just hooked him.
I think it was just some bump drafting gone wrong. Yeah, it was a little bit of bump drafting gone wrong. Brinson and Hodson there.
Oh, and the 88 is up in the wall now. I'm not quite sure what happened to him. I don't know what happened to the 88. He just slammed the wall.
Oh, just got up into that wall a little bit. Yeah. Might have gotten a little loose or something.
Yeah, maybe it was netcode with, I'm not quite sure who was behind him, but I don't know, maybe it was just really bad netcode that got him loose.
Caldwell is 7 seconds behind Eric, and there's 6 laps to go.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Radius Racing right now unless they can catch a caution here, but now they have Alex Frenson here with them, and he's been moving a lot in the field, but it seems to be okay for now, so we'll see if they can make up any sort of time here, or maybe they get lucky and a caution comes out. But things are looking good for Dallas and Eric here up front. They really don't have much to worry about. Just keep it clean, and as long as nothing happens to them, then they have a really good shot of one of those two winning this race.
Yeah, it come down to 2 tires versus 4 tires. I was wondering if anybody was going to try no tires at any point. But nobody, I don't believe anybody tried the no tire strategy. But Dallas and Eric, they took 2, and it's paying off for them so far.
Yeah, for sure. I was wondering if taking those 4 tires was going to be worth all that additional time, and I mean, it was so few laps to go. I just, unfortunately, maybe it was going to be worth it if they had maybe like 10 more laps to go, but with only 4 to go and almost 3 now, it's just the strategy is not going to work for Radius Racing this time. But it's the shootout. It's the first race of the year, really. The first time get to see guys on the track and this Galaxy group racing together, and so you go out here and you just really, all you can take away from this is what you learned.
Yeah, and these guys here, they're going to be able to use what they learned tonight and apply it to the duels and eventually the 500. This race here, yeah, it is a shootout, checkers or wreckers, but you are learning, okay, now I know what my car is like in a racing situation. What kind of changes do we need to make moving forward for the duels and the 500? And these guys, sorry, I could tell you were going to say something there. where NASCAR, their clash is on the road course now, which is on a Tuesday, followed by the duels that Thursday, and then their 500 on Sunday. We've got the clash tonight. In 1 week's time, next week, we will have our duels, and then in 1 week after that, February 13th, will be the Daytona 500 for Galaxy. So these guys, they've got a long time to figure out what they've got.
We're on 1 to go right now, so we should probably be looking at Dallas and Eric, and they're going down the backstretch, and things are starting to get dicey. I don't know. Looks like Dallas did he run out of fuel?
I think he ran out of fuel. Now, is this going to play out into Radius Racing favor?
I don't think they have enough time.
Well, this thing just turned very crazy, very fast. Wineland is going to win, followed by Caldwell taking second, Prince in third, Mabry will get fourth. Wow.
I can't believe it. I was just about to ask you which position you'd rather be in, first or second, and I didn't even get the chance to because Eric just I guess he got lucky.
Going back to that, I would have wanted to be in Wineland's position. Just because he would be the on offense rather than on defense. But he didn't need it.
He did not. I'm sure. Luckily, those Radius guys were far away enough so that the draft didn't play into effect, and Eric can just kind of drive it home. But that was unexpected.
That was very unexpected.
I wonder what happened there. Maybe just a big miscalculation on the driver's part. Just didn't get enough fuel in there, fortunately.
Yeah, he was just shy. Well, let's go ahead and bring in race winner Eric Wineland. And Alonso, I will actually let you interview him just for fun.
All right, sounds good.
Hey,
Hey, Eric, you got us?
What's up?
Hey, Eric, you got us?
Yeah, I got you guys. Alonso, Josh, how's it going?
Hey, man, congrats on the win.
Thank you very much. I didn't know how I was gonna make that happen. But man, Lady Luck was on our side tonight.
Yeah, for sure. It seems like you said, Lady Luck was on your side, and I mean, were you getting ready to make a move, or what were you hoping was gonna happen there coming to the checkers?
Well, I was saying to myself, like, he wanted to get behind me at one point, and he said something over the radio I didn't understand, which my bad ears, whatever. But he kept trying to get behind me, and I was like, I don't want to play a game of chicken yet. Like, we still have a decent gap to the guys behind us in the group that took 4 tires on the stop. And for whatever reason, I don't know if he just was 1 click short when he thought he could make it, whatever. But yeah, I just wanted to size up a move off 4 on the final lap versus getting in front of him and trying to play defense. I'd rather be on offense in that situation. So nonetheless, I'll take it. I mean, it was a great run and a great little test for our upcoming Daytona 500.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, this is interesting. You know, our roles kind of being reversed. So used to you being the one who's asking me the questions. So what do you what do you take away from today's race? What have you learned that that you can use when you're going you're racing in the duels, and also obviously the big race, the Daytona 500.
Yeah, I learned a lot about the new way to set up the Cup car and the Super Speedways tonight. We had a change in the build that restricted our left rear spring package, and it was a little different than what I was used to driving and building in terms of building a set. And tonight I learned a lot about it, where I can improve on it. I'm sure there was a couple times there where I was really loose that could be seen on the broadcast. That's one of the things I took away that I need to go back and improve on. But I learned a lot there. Learned a lot about how the draft's going to work. It'll be interesting to see how this translates to the truck series when we get that thing started as well. But nonetheless, hey, I mean, every race, every lap I turn out here, I can always learn something. So that's my takeaway from tonight.
Yeah, well, I look forward to racing you out on the track later this season. And one more time, I just want to say congratulations on your win. And Josh, do you have any questions that you'd like to ask Eric?
Not that I can think of, other than any sponsors or team shout outs. Who'd you like to give a shout out to? Who gets it done for you?
Huge thanks to the Galaxy guys, Josh, Alonzo, you guys for putting the broadcast on, Dave, Brian, Cam, everyone that behind the scenes at Galaxy that helps put these things on for us. We can't tell you guys how much myself, and I'm sure I speak on behalf of like most of the other drivers we have in the league, just how much fun we have doing this thing. Tonight was another one of those fun moments, and I hope that we can carry that throughout the season. Big thanks to pretty much just a couple friends I had. This old set came from them, and they knew who they are, and I was able to make something happen with it and take away enough that I should be looking good for the 500 in a couple weeks, Josh.
Alrighty, well, congrats once again on the win, and we'll see you next week.
Josh, Alonzo, thank you guys. I appreciate it. You guys have a good night.
Thank you, you too.
That was Eric Wineland, winner of tonight's race. And I do apologize going forward. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, right at the moment, nothing is working on my second screen. And I have no idea what's going on. I do apologize for that there, but go ahead, Alonzo.
I was just gonna say, talk a little bit about the race, but we can do that later now that we have our second place finisher in here.
Alrighty, well, Cameron Caldwell, it's Josh in the JCTV booth. Got.
Yes, sir.
Well, you ran a good race all night long. Really stayed up front. That pit sequence came, and you guys took 4 tires. Eric and Dallas only took 2 tires. What was the call there? Well, obviously the call was for 4 tires, but were you really plan on maybe trying something different, or was it just kind of like, we want to do 4 tires?
Well, so when that caution came out in the first segment, like 17 or something, I told my teammates that we should pit there, because what we could do is stay out at the segment caution, and then it would still be a one-stopper from there. So that's what we did, but most of the field did the same thing with us, so I was not expecting that. And then they also pit again at the segment caution, which I really wasn't expecting that. So that kind of screwed us on fuel compared to them because I thought that they were going to go a lot longer. So that, they could take less fuel on their green flag stop. So we were just kind of talking about, we just decided to just kind of stay in line together, try to line up, and then pit all together, which we did. And we wanted 4 tires because it's hard to get off a pit road with hot tires. So we didn't really even think about 2 tires. We were discussing whether to take tires or not, and we decided to obviously take tires. And they came out, Dallas and Eric came out a lot farther ahead than I thought they were going to. They were like 10 seconds ahead of us when I saw them on the relative. So we were able to run them back down. Like we got to like 3.5 seconds on the last lap or whenever Dallas ran out of fuel. And if we had one more lap, we were going to get Eric for sure. But it's a little too late. But it was a good warm up for Galaxy, and I think we'll have a better strategy for the 500. And it was just a nice little warm up race for us. So it was cool to see the first race for Radius was pretty successful. I think we all got top 10s. We all got top 10s. So pretty good for us.
So, is there going to be any changes from here to the duels next week? To the setup of the car? Are you really happy with how it performed tonight? What's going to be like back at the team shop?
I think we're all pleased with how the car handled and stuff. I think the biggest thing was we need to work on the cars sucking up together because it seemed like Brian and Dakota struggled with that a little bit. So there's a lot of things we're going to discuss for sure, but I think tonight was a very good test for our setup. We went in a completely different direction than we had in practice earlier this afternoon for the Clash, just to test out to see a couple different setups. And I think we went in the right direction with the one we used tonight. So we'll probably just adjust that a little bit, and I think we'll be even better for the 500.
Well, before I let you go, are there any sponsors, team shout-outs you want to give? Who gets it done for you back at Radius Racing?
Well, I think first and foremost, I'd shout out Adam Kuhn. He's helped me tremendously get this team up and running during the off season. He's done all the marketing, got all our sponsors like Grid Ranking. That's on the hood of my car. Big shout out to him. And then, of course, like I said just now, Grid Ranking, Roll with the Punches, C2 Graphics, In the Pits News, JCTV, all of our sponsors at Radius. We're really thankful for all their help. Gonna have some great paint teams on track this season, and want to thank my teammates for working together there. That was a lot of fun, building the team chemistry and whatnot. So, yeah.
Alrighty, well, congrats on second place run, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
Was Cameron Caldwell, driver of the number 12 Grid car tonight. Going to go ahead and bring in our third place finisher, Alex Princeton. Alex Princeton, it's Josh in the JCT booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, not the race you really wanted to see, but I'm getting a third place finish. Is there anything you can really take away from this race and transition it into Speed Weeks coming up, duels in the 500 in a couple weeks?
Yeah, quite a bit. Gotta kind of figure out the second half of my fuel run. About halfway through the fuel run, the car gets really darty and takes some really weird jumps in traffic there. Probably looked a little crazy on TV. I finally just backed out. But yeah, got to kind of work on that. But I feel terrible for Nolan there. I just barely clipped him. And congrats to Eric. But yeah, got to kind of fix that second half of the run, and I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, what did happen there between you and Nolan? It looked like maybe just a little bump drafting gone wrong.
Yeah, I would have to go back and really look at it, but yeah, I think my car just moved and his moved at the same time, and I got underneath him, and wasn't even trying. I don't even think I moved the wheel, and I don't think he did either. Just we're running the same setup, and cars are kind of doing the same thing. Um, so yeah, we'll get it figured out.
Well, Alonzo, do you have anything for Alex?
No. Besides, yeah, Alex, do you have anyone you'd like to thank, or who lets you bring this car up to the track?
Yeah, just really thank the whole league for all their hard work over the off season. Everyone did a great job. Thanks to PBR Racing for letting me run with you guys, and just looking forward to the whole year.
Alrighty, well, congrats once again on the third place finish, and we'll see you next week.
All right, thanks, guys.
That was Alex Princeton, driver of the number 5 car for PBR. Well, Alonzo, that was pretty fun. Fun way to start
Definitely
off the
fun.
season.
Yeah, for sure. He had an interesting race. There was times where I was honestly surprised at just how calm the field was, but we definitely had moments of action there sprinkled in between. So we got an idea and we got a taste of what speed weeks will look like for the next 2 weeks or so, and I look forward to being there for the Daytona 500 and racing with these guys and battling for the win. And even though I wasn't there in the track today, you definitely get a sense of how some of these guys race and seeing what strategies paid off.
Definitely. I wanted to be out there on track tonight myself. I was eligible, but decided to be up here in the booth. Kind of watch it from up here. It was fun, really was. Unfortunately, my standings and all that crashed, so I don't have a complete finish results for you guys. Apologize for that. But yeah, great race. Eric Weinland. Congrats once again to him. Lonzo, any last words?
Well, I just first of all like to thank you for inviting me here. It was definitely a great opportunity for me. I don't really get to commentate very much, and maybe it showed, but thankfully my driving skills are better than my commentary skills. So either way, I'd like to thank you for inviting me out here and be able to enjoy this race with you here from the virtual JCTV booth.
Yeah, definitely was fun to be up in the booth with you tonight. Got to spend lots of time in the booth with you last year, but wasn't because you were commentating with me. It was because you were out there dominating the races out in the truck series. So, yeah, we've got the Galaxy in the Pits News Truck Series coming up here in the next few weeks. Alonzo, you're the reigning champion, and you're going to have JCTV on your truck for a couple races. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna have JCTV on the hood of the truck for our Daytona race. So I look forward to having you guys on the hood, and I'll do my best to try to get you guys a win, and have that JCTV truck doing some burnouts after the race.
Looking forward to it. Well, guys, that's going to do it from us. So, on behalf of Alonzo, Galaxy Cup Series, we thank you for watching. I'm Josh Coppernell. We'll see you next time. Stay safe out there, and Have a great night, everybody.